All right, so the next thing that I think a lot of people are asking about are things like adding images. And so one of the things that I want to do is I want to add my logo. What I want to do is go ahead and pull my logo in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and find my logo. I opened up a Finder window and it's right here. And I'm actually just going to go ahead, don't you love Max, and just drag the image right in there. And so one of the things that happened is that I've got my logo with a black bar behind it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and edit my logo so that it actually matches the aspect ratio of my screen. So I'm going to go ahead and just go back into Finder. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to open this up in Photoshop really quick. And what I want to do is have this actually match the aspect ratio of what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and go to image canvas size, and
the widest format is 1920 by 1080.
So we're going to go ahead and make it that. So now I can go ahead and save this, and then we'll go ahead and we'll actually just delete this one because we don't need it. And then we'll go in and we'll drag our new one in. All right, so now I've gone ahead, so you can do that to add any kind of image that you want to add to your video. But the other thing that you might want to do is just go ahead and add some text or a title slide. So if you want to actually have, if you want to go ahead and put some kind of text over over your video, you can go ahead and pull this up here, and you're going to hover over, and it's going to give you a purple thing like this, and you can drop something in. So if I wanted to go ahead and just put, you know, we won't actually use this for real, but I can go ahead and I could put this in here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change, I'm going to make it the font that I want. I can go ahead and change the color. We'll get rid of the crazy outline and the drop shadow. So now I can have this over top of my image. Now, obviously, we don't really want that there, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it. What I do want to have is actually a transitional slide here in the middle, and I'm going to go ahead and construct that in Photoshop or whatever my photo editing software of choice is. That is the same height and width as my video. Hit OK. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add in the text that I want. So if you want a little bit more control over text and you want to create kind of a standalone slide, I would go ahead and do it in the image processing software of your choice. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in a slide that says "Why steal?" And obviously we want it a little bigger, probably not that big. Maybe something like that, and then we're going to go ahead and just center it up. I don't love that color, so we're going to go ahead and fix that really quick. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to just create this. I'm just going to save it as a JPEG. So I've created my slide, and that gives me exactly what I want. And then I'm just going to drop in, and we are just going to
Try hovering down over.
Drag this right where we want it, which is right about there, theoretically. And so we're going to go ahead and just take a look at what we've got right now and see if we're happy with it.
I'm Megan Auman, designer and metalsmith, and I make jewelry primarily out of steel. I love steels.
All right, so we want to actually just make a couple changes after we watch that video, and the first one is that I wanted to make our video logo actually kind of hover over the end instead of just sitting at the end. And then what we can do is we can slide things around. So like I wanted to make that work a little bit more. So let's shorten the time on this clip just a little bit. And then I'm actually going to pull it, drag it further out to the end here. And then the other thing that I did was I went ahead and I just dragged this clip a little bit so that it goes right over the center, and that actually helps with our transitions.
Yeah, and one of the things that you'll notice is as that plays automatically, it does something called a cross dissolve. Now, a cross dissolve just takes the two types of video, so in this case, your title page, your title slide, and the video, and it just automatically does the transition for you. And it makes a really nice transition, and it just goes from one video to the next.
Yeah, and that really helps fix where we actually just cut from two different clips of me talking. So we're just going to run through everything one more time and make sure we're happy with it. So I think that looks really great. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we are actually going to go ahead and export.